So, ladies and gents, Stephen King gets an adaptation once more. We're getting a prequel series straight to order to HBO Max. This is part of David Zaslav's, I guess, like boost in terms of wanting to mine IPs that they've got. This is something that they have. Why not? They're doing a straight to series order to HBO Max. The one major good, beneficial, cool, reassuring part of all of this is, one, it's on HBO Max. So they've got all the money. They can just pour cash into this. So we know that it'll at least look good, you know, regardless of story. We know that it will definitely look good. The other really beneficial part of this is everyone who worked on the films is basically coming back, or essentially everyone anyway. Andy Muschietti and stuff like that, all coming back. So this is good. If you liked the It films, cool, you know. I quite liked the first one. Didn't really care much for the second one. I've said before, because I know people will be like, I don't know, you're a hypocrite or you're contradicting yourself. I am definitely an advocate of people adapting other novelists' work, you know? Like, I think Stephen King is done to death, but it doesn't mean that this can't be good either. And there are some promising signs here which indicate, like, it could be pretty decent. But like I said, on a whole, I'd like someone else. I'm kind of, you know, whenever I see Stephen King now, this new adaptation of Stephen King, I do kind of check out, just because, is there any way to do it, you know, exciting that we haven't seen before? The best that we can hope for this is that this turns out just like the movies, basically. But there is an interesting story to be told here. I will say that as well. So anyway, I will dive into this. Hit subscribe, give the video a like, and please do share it for all your movie news, movie reviews. Cocaine Bear Review is still waiting for review from YouTube. It's got cocaine in the title, and they're like, "Oh, not good." Goodness sakes. Anyway, hit subscribe. So here we have it. This released a few days ago, like 2 days ago. I covered this on the stream, but I wanted to talk about it here as well, just because it's interesting. And this is part of David Zaslav's push for huge new IPs. It's what they want to push. They want to mine the stuff that they've got already. And, you know, there was a time that Warner Brothers was a massive powerhouse. And obviously AT&T took over. And it just went massively downhill. And it's unfortunate, you know. It's really, really unfortunate. But, you know, this is there trying to push it forward. I will say this. I wonder who they'll have to play Pennywise. It's a prequel. Will Pennywise look exactly the same? He technically did in the movies, in terms of when they did the little throwback and the images and stuff. So will they get Skarsgård back? I don't know. I guess so. I mean, he's not massively busy. Whether he's in John Wick 4, but maybe he's going to die there. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to die, but the story of John Wick 4 is he needs to go and beat him, so I'd imagine he's going to die unless John Wick dies. Anyway, shuffling it on. Again, this is good, beneficial for a few reasons. It's a straight to series order. So Pennywise the Dancing Clown is coming to HBO Max. That's the really good part of this. The stream is given a straight to series order to a drama based on Stephen King's beloved horror novel It. So filmmakers Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti, who made the films together, and also Jason Fuchs, who did It Chapter 2, worked with them on that, are on board for the project with Warner Brothers Television. So that's the reassuring thing. That's where you go, okay, cool. They've got some individuals that like the work. You know, like, the thing about this is always, when you're considering an adaptation, whether it's going to be good or bad, it's always looking at who's adapting it and whether they have a valid love for the work. Something which has been displayed, shown, maybe through interviews and things like this. And you can always really get a sense of how people sit on these kind of things when you hear them or you see, you know, their works in play. Andy Muschietti clearly does, he likes the book, right? He clearly does like the book. He enjoys it. He's a fan. And you can see that from how those films were crafted. They were done to the best of the ability that he had. They were decent films. Second one, not so much. First one, definitely. So that's the beneficial part. People that really like the work are on board for this. And that's the beneficial one. That's where you go, this could be good then. So Andy Muschietti will direct multiple episodes of the series, including the first episode, and the show's working title is Welcome to Derry. Now, Andy Muschietti isn't on board as a showrunner, but him directing the first episode and multiple other episodes of the series is really good because he will be setting the stage of the visual aesthetic that everyone else will follow. That's what happens when you direct the first episode. That is generally what happens. You're setting the stage, everyone just follows it, and that's good. Andy Muschietti's visual style is good. He's a good director, and for the small screen, I'm sure he'll just bring exactly the same kind of aesthetic and dynamic there. So creative details are scarce, except that the series will be a prequel to New Line's It films, promising to expand the vision of the movies. Fuchs will write the first episode, which is based on a story by the Muschiettis and Fuchs. Fuchs and Brad Caleb Kane will serve as co-showrunners on the project. So Muschietti's even writing, it's his story as well. It's their story, Andy and Barbara. So that's really good. As teenagers, we took turns reading chapters of Stephen King's It until the thick paperback fell to pieces. The Muschietti said in a joint statement, "It is an epic story that contains multitudes far beyond what we could explore in our It movies. We can't wait to share the depths of Steve's novel in all of its heart, humour and humanity and horror. I'm excited that the story of Derry, Maine's most haunted city, is continuing, and I'm glad Andy Muschietti is going to be overseeing the frightening festivities along with a brain trust, including his talented sister Barbara," King said in a statement. This is Stephen King. Red balloons all round. So, yeah, good. Fuchs came in and said this, though. So it says, "To be able to return to the world of my all-time favourite horror novel and help build upon this singularly brilliant cinematic universe created by Andy and Barbara is more than the opportunity of a lifetime. It's a dream come true, or maybe more appropriately, a nightmare." And that's really good as well. And this thing, like, a lot of this just isn't placation, like, because you've seen their work and you go, okay, no, they do mean this. So we had a statement from Sarah Aubrey, who is head of content at HBO Max. "We're thrilled to continue the iconic franchise with the brilliant Andy and Barbara Muschietti, Jason Fuchs and Brad Caleb Kane. This prequel will expand the It storytelling canvas and bring fans deeper into the terrifying, mesmerising town of Derry." I mean, it's a prequel. They've done really well. So, the first one had 700 million worldwide. The second one essentially bombed, actually, $473 million worldwide. The second one was not as well received. But this being on the small screen, I think this will be good. I think there's a lot you can do with this. And there's a lot of positive elements here as well. So there you have it, ladies and gents. What do you think? Are you for it? Are you against it? Let me know down below. Love to hear from you. Thanks so much. Take care.